Hi, I'm Todd Smith from TerraPerma Design. I want to show you a couple of aspects of these two garden beds which exemplify how we can use very close stacking and get the maximum amount of bang for your buck in a small space. So we're only talking about a few square metres here. There's two little perennial beds, and I just want to take you through some of the principles that have been employed with the design. The main thing is the stacking. The sun is to the north in this part of the world, and if we have a look over here, we've got a big fig tree, which is the main tree in this part of the garden, and in front of that we have a mulberry tree, and below we have an albizia, a guava and a wampy. So the way these are organised is that they're stacked towards the sun, so that at any one time they're not shading each other. There's always some productive sunlight being harvested, and by doing things this way we can really crowd it quite very closely, closer than would be normally recommended in conventional horticulture or gardening, and it's quite okay. It's an example of a resource sharing guild. And as long as there's plenty of soil building practices and fertility, these plants are not showing any signs of deficiency. So once again, you can see how close these are put together. And under that we have some Prosma as a dynamic accumulator and a chook feed. We've got Cape gooseberry, we've got some tree sage and herb understory here, and we've also got very prolific wild yam growing as a carpet underneath, which is very, very happy even in the dappled light, doing very, very well. Nitrogen fixes included in the form of an albizia here, which is flowering. And so this is only a few metres here, but we've got this tremendous multi-storey food production system going on very happily. All we need to do is compost it once in a while, which is, as we explained in the animal feeding video, we use urbana grass as a utility, as well as bamboo and lucina and other nitrogen fixers for fast carbon, very quick biomass with a low footprint. And we can cut this anytime we need mulch or compost, and it's an excellent animal feed as well as a plant-based fertiliser for the rest of the garden. In this bed over here, I want to show you, we've got a similar stacking principle going on. This time we have a nice little flageola growing up nicely here in the front. Just behind that we have a sapote, and the two fern-like trees that we have in the background. This one here is a lucina, and one at the back there is a cassia, and they're both leguminous nitrogen-fixing trees. And it's a very interesting little thing going on here that I want to explain. There's a little avocado, dwarf avocado in the front here, another clump of banner grass, which you can see, plenty of biomass, very tiny little footprint. It's growing in an area that I could wrap my arms around, but there's probably a cubic metre of foliage there. Now, what's interesting is the tree that is the long-term element is the sapote. This is going to be the main feature here when it grows up, but it's being husbanded at the moment by the lucina and the cassia, and they've been allowed to grow up. They've already been cut once, they've been coppiced, but they've been allowed to grow up because they're arching over the sapote and they're providing some protection, and they're providing in the nitrogen fixing qualities in the soil. So they're husbanding and protecting this tree, and as it grows up these will be coppiced lower and lower so that they become understory. So what we're doing is we're reversing the stack. We're kind of mimicking a very quick succession by using pruning and manipulating the growth habit of the trees to reverse the stack so that the long-term element will eventually grow up and be the overstory, where it was brought up as a young tree as the understory, and what is the protective overstory now will eventually be the understory. So without any other succession, without any long-term time element, we're very quickly reversing the situation and creating a fast succession. Very good little technique. And underneath we have all the other understory plants. We've got our tree sage here again, we've got our wild yam, and there's more Prosma in here. There's some sweet potato, and you can put berries and other small tufted perennial grasses in here, and all manner of different understory, no problem at all. So only a few metres, many principles at work, not hard to do. I hope that's been helpful. Thanks for your time.